Find it delightful to be honored with this invitation to come and showcase my artworks, which talk so much about peace. Please, for a few moments, for those of you who cannot see all the artwork, you can stand up and check around because I'll be talking about the works and it will be good that you know which work we're talking about. Please, for just 2 minutes, let's stretch and look at. For those of you that have not yet, some that are hidden, these chairs have covered some of them so that we can come and see the works, please. So I'll start, there's a story that this artwork talks about, which I'll start from here. So please feel free to stand if you want to see the work that I'm talking about. So this is titled Peace and Tourism. Now if you will see this work, it has a beautiful serene cloud, beautifully painted in different colors, and we have a very greenish land where we have enough cattle that can graze as much as they can. This talks about the richness in Plateau State, that everyone has a space to do whatever he wants to do, you know. So the mountain, everybody can identify with Wasi Rock, right? Now, Wasi Rock talks about one of the tourism potentials we have in Plateau. And so much. So this next work is titled Trespass. Now, there are instances, maybe because of climate change, that some areas are more flourishing than others, that you get to see, okay, cattle tend to go to where farmlands are already growing, and then they stray into it. As you can see, there's no shepherd on this painting. That means to tell you the cows trespass into the farmland, right? And then this is the owner of the farmland who is just coming from his festival, and then he saw that they are grazing on his land, which, you know, will always provoke anger because it is wealth and resources that are being channeled in order to get this done. Now, the title of this one is Battle for Life, right? Now, you know, it connects with the previous story when cattle trespass into a farmland. Now, because of the climate change I initially mentioned, you get to understand that now these cows are in someone's farmland, which have destroyed his crop, right? And now they are fighting. This is the farmer's boy and the herder's boy. The herder's boy wants his cows to graze, while the farmer's boy is trying to protect his farmland. All is both important to them, regardless of the consequences, which they are not putting into consideration. Another incident where the cows are still on the farm, and this time around, after eating the crop, you know, they died. Why? Because this farmer has spread pesticide on his farm to protect it from insects and pests. But unknown to the header, right? Because he has always trespassed, now it is not an issue. Now this work is titled Losses. Now this is loss, both the farmer and the header have lost. That is because I said when making decisions, you have to think of the consequences. Now, this is the consequences. Now, with this, it's prompt reaction that leads to violent attacks in our community, that leads to so many people dying, right? These are children who just lost their mom, and then children fleeing. And at this end, we have the pallbearers heading for a mass burial because of the conflict we're having. This is the beginning of anguish. What happens to the lives of people who are victims of conflict in our society today? Now, this boy now is living without shelter, clothing, right? You could see he doesn't have shoes. These ones have no shelter. They are sleeping in boxes. This is their reality. Some of them are orphans. Their parents died and left them with no one to take care of them. To help them. These are a lot of other children who are crying for all of us to help them because they're in desperate need. This begins to talk about how you and I can shoulder and help so many children that are in need. The next one talks about what victims of violence attacks witness. No, it creates trauma. Even if we think these things are over, we think about them and it traumatizes them. So there's need for us to help people that are traumatic because of conflict. This has to do with, it talks about no justice, no peace. In the midst of all this, if the perpetrators of conflict are not brought to justice, there's no way this can actually stop. And then we feel that we all have to be responsible in our society to make sure that we bring people to justice. Now, when this talk about giving peace a chance, the dove stands as the symbol of peace, which culture we promote our community to thrive. Without peace, people will not gather and dance. Without peace, people will not be celebrating their festivals. So we need to understand that peace is very essential to our daily lives and to the economy of our state and our nation. So it is important for us to know that when we all become peace advocates, like all that this program is being put together, is going to help us a lot to achieve so much. Thank you very much.